Monaco in the books. Did the 2 mandatory pit stops strategy?
USF1 fans, we're back. We got Cookie.
Nicky.
And we just had the culmination of the 2025 Monaco Grand Prix.
And it was just as we thought.
And?
Awesome.
I would say
it wasn't as boring as we thought it could be.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I think we had a lot of Singapore vibes, prior Monaco vibes. They brought in the 2-pit required strategy,
yes,
all that good stuff. So I think it helped a little. Then it was, we'll get into that because there's a lot of layers.
And it's
to that.
hard. It's Monaco. It's hard not to just watch the race and not love it because of the views.
Yes.
Lando Norris brought some good views to the race as well. It was just great.
Speaking of views, we are at the lake house. We just watched the race, just ended. Usually we film next day. Today we're filming on location at Nicky's lake house. Views are beautiful. The weather sucks. It's 59 degrees, Memorial Day weekend. Thought we'd have a little pool time. Yeah. We're all chilly. I'm in a jacket and I'm still cold. Boogie looks like a member of the Sith with his hoodie up over there behind the camera.
I'll give the kids props. So we have a lot of kids here.
Yep.
And they actually went to the lake. I can't understand it. I would never do it.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
The lake opens, you go in. It doesn't matter if there's ice on the top.
Okay.
You go.
Ow. Imagine riding down that slide.
Just crashing into the ice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so let's get into the race. Let's get right into the winner.
Lando Norris.
I feel like you didn't predict him to win.
No, but I was just as excited.
But you love him.
He's my favorite racer of all times.
And side note, we may or may not have banked on this based on a prediction online that we met.
Cha-ching! That's all we can say.
Yes, it was very good. Any surprises in the top 10?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot. I think Leclerc, no surprise that he's on the podium based on practice. He was the fastest car, P1, P2, P3, qualified well. He's number 2. I think it's good. I think Papaya Boys 1 and 3, very standard.
The only 2 surprises during the whole race in the top 10, Isaac Ajjar, or actually not even Isaac Ajjar, he's doing fantastic. I would say Liam Lawson, first points of the season, and Ocon getting some points for Team Haas, which you hate, I love.
I would say those best of the rest teams for the Racing Bulls to get 2 in the points and Haas to get some points, even though I hate them. Not bad at all. And we'll get into where that put the driver standings later. There's somebody who's not in the top 10 anymore. We're all excited about that. Okay, qualifying.
Yes.
Were you surprised that Lando Norris was on the pole?
That was one of the most exciting qualifyings, actually, that I've watched all season.
It was...
yes.
Well, there's a little bit of strategy there. So going into Q3, everybody knew, and Papaya, McLaren always has the best strategy, they knew that 3 of the last 4 years, there's been a red flag that's interrupted Q3. So they sent Norris and Piastri out immediately when Q3 started. They said, go get your fastest lap because this may be our only opportunity. Yep. They both placed well. Obviously, there wasn't a red flag in Q3. We did in Q2.
Yes.
With the Mercedes, had a little bit of issue when Russell was riding. They're like, get in the car and steer. And he's like, I'm going to sit here and steer. Don't tell me what to do. That was hilarious. And he almost steered into the wall. And they're like, can you help us out?
Get back in
there.
There's
6 of us stewards shoving this car.
You're in a tunnel.
He's like, yeah, whatever. Oh. Screw this place. I hate it.
Yeah, you're in a tunnel. What can you do?
But getting back to that, so Papaya already has 2 good times in. And then Leclerc, in dramatic fashion, puts in his fastest time, gets on the pole.
Provisional pole.
He's on the pole. Lando's right behind him, and you hear him on the radio, and they're like, he's like, did I get the pole? They're like, you're there now.
Hold
but
on.
Lando's not done yet.
Hold on.
And then Lando, 109.
Kills it.
Track record.
Absolutely kills it.
Track record in Q3 to take the pole back. And they go, Lando got the pole. Leclerc, shit.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a lot more expletives on the radio than that.
He was not excited about that. But other than that, I think just in qualifying, obviously Mercedes, both out in Q2.
Yes, and Yuki Tsunoda did fantastic. He started 12th, so props to him.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I am.
Okay. Yeah. You feel like you're really bitter about this whole Liam Lawson Yuki thing. You need to let it go.
Liam Lawson scored points. Just throwing it out there.
You're the one saying that Lawson and Yuki aren't even going to. You're saying Hajar is the next light anyhow, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Just get off it. Just get off it altogether.
Yuki Tsunoda.
So Hamilton qualifies 4th, right?
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I know.
3-grid penalty. Why? Because he looked at Max Verstappen. And if you look at Max Verstappen and he doesn't want you to look at him, you're back 3 spots.
I'm blaming this on the team, okay? They told him on the radio that Max Verstappen was on a cool-down lap, and he pulled in front of him. So I'm blaming it on the team. That was not Lewis's Hamilton's fault. But I do love that it was between Lewis and Verstappen. That was fantastic. That's all I got.
You did? Do you think that there's some extra drama just because it's the 2 studs?
Yeah, it was basically Verstappen, Lewis for a whole season when Verstappen finally took the world championship. So yeah, they don't like each other.
Can I just backtrack real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to say something, and this is going back to Mercedes, and I know I've been talking about them a lot, but I think it's just so surprising that they didn't make it to Q3. This is the first time in 3 years since 2022 at Imola that they did not have a Mercedes in Q3.
Yeah,
in any race.
It's absolutely crazy.
Usually you have at least one or both making it to the 3rd. And prior to that, it had been 10 years before. So in the last 13 years, it's only the 2nd time. And it was kind of unforeseen, with Russell scraping the bottom, the sensors go off, his power unit shuts down. But
3PG will be back, I promise.
he will definitely
He will be back.
You know who I don't know is going to be back?
Pierre Gasly?
Look at that. Look at that tire.
Yeah, well, the guy had 0 damage all of last year.
Yes, we've been talking about that a lot. We're so proud of him for saving Alpine those bucks. Was this his fault? So he smashed into Yuki, and I got to say, Yuki is not quite Logan Sargent. He's not the crash master, but he seems to be involved in every single time that something like this happens. Mm-hmm. But was this Yuki's fault or was this Gasly's fault?
I'm blaming Yuki Tsunoda all the way.
It was 100% Gasly's fault.
Yes, it was Gasly's fault.
He lost his braking. He's behind. He clips his front tire into Yuki's rear tire.
It actually
no damage to Yuki.
It slowed him down because he had some speed going in that. Almost wrecked Franco Colapinto.
I would say that slowed him down.
Yeah. Well, actually,
right,
I don't know.
Specifically slowed him down.
He made it all the way back to the pits like that, though, so I'll give him props.
And this was in, what was this, lap 9 that this happened? We didn't even mention that in lap 1, Bortoleto into the wall.
Yeah, but he got out of the wall and
why
got
even
to
mention
the
it?
pits, so he finished the race, though,
He
Bortoleto.
did. He backed his way out of there, put it in reverse, and went out. But I just don't even like bringing up Bortoleto because if I'm talking about Kick Sauber, I'm talking about Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
So lap 1, we got a wreck. Lap 9, we got a wreck. Gasly was the only DNF of the race from this. After that, it kind of chilled out for a while.
Well, he was not the only DNF. Poor Fernando Alonso.
How dare
I
me.
thought he was going to get, I feel bad, love him as a racer. He's on Aston Martin, but I thought he was going to get the first points of the season this year. I thought he was locked into it, and that didn't happen. He does, like he said last week, he does have the worst luck this season.
Well, thank you for fact-checking me on that because I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, I won't remember because it's Aston Martin.
It's Aston Martin,
Yeah.
and we're rooting against them almost as much as I'm rooting against Haas constantly.
And I'm not rooting against Fernando Alonso because I love him.
Okay.
But I am rooting against Lance Stroll and Aston Martin.
Yes. So let's get into a little bit of the drama. So we have this.
I love the radios. They're the best.
So we had a radio clip we couldn't get up that was mainly Mercedes bitching the entire time.
Yes.
Because they didn't like the strategy. I understand. I'll say, can you explain to me this 2-stop strategy and why they did it in Monaco?
To make the race more exciting.
Because it's so boring. The track is like this wide. You can't even fit 2 cars wide. There's only one DRS zone. There's no time to pass. How you qualify is how you finish. So they're saying, all right, let's do, last year we did 1 mandatory pit, and then in the first lap, there was a safety car, everyone pit, and then just finished on those tires. Well, let's do 2 this time. Right away, we get that yellow from Bortoleto.
Yeah.
Get a lot of people changing. But Mercedes kept waiting and waiting because I did like, the only part I liked about this is that you had to use all 3 tires.
Yes.
So if you come out in a soft tire and there's an early safety car, then
you pop it right
you
off.
get that off. But
Yeah.
if you come out in your hards, like Max did, like Mercedes did, you can't afford to dump those in the first lap. So you're like, oh crap, we lost our opportunity to get a pit and to dump our shitty tires.
And what, the Mercedes didn't pit for 65 plus
It was
laps?
forever. It was to the point, and this was it Alonso that was blocking? Or was it Albon? Who was doing the blocking?
It was Albon.
Albon was blocking.
He was slow.
He was slowing down Mercedes.
Uber slow.
The point that they were bitching, Russell's on the radio saying he's brake checking us.
Yeah.
Like he's going unsafe around these braking zones.
Okay,
and he got so mad that what did he do?
Oh, track limits, pass him, and I thought he was just gonna. He was like, "Give me the penalty."
Yeah.
Give me the penalty.
It was a chicane,
So.
and he just drove directly through the chicane. He's like, screw this, I don't care. And they said, you know, you're going to give him the position back. And he goes, I'd rather just take the 5-second penalty. At that point, it sounded like he wasn't even going to stop. He was just going to run every lap. What was it, 77 laps?
They gave him a drive. They gave him a drive-through penalty. It was actually worse. So
I would have rather he just finishes it because he would have gotten, 30 seconds for each non-pit plus 5 seconds. So it would have just been like, just don't stop at all. Get him in 5 seconds. And there was such gaps between these guys. I don't even know if it wouldn't have mattered. They were out of the points.
I like the fact that they changed, they put the mandatory pit stops in. I did not like the fact that, I think if you don't do the pit stops, everybody did them actually by the end. If you don't do them, it should be a DNF, not a 30-second.
I agree with you completely. A DQ.
Yeah, and then you're, I don't know, like Verstappen just waiting for the red flag. I didn't like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, I think that they should make, 2 mandatory stops, and it has to be within like a certain range of laps.
Kind of treat it like how NASCAR kind of has those sectors of the race, which I hate.
You hate NASCAR.
I hate NASCAR, and I hate that they stop the race after each sector. But if you did have, say it's 75 laps, in the first 25 you got to stop, or
mandatory stop on like 25th
within
lap.
Yeah, before this lap.
Yep.
That way it kind of evens it up, and then people aren't just sitting around and waiting for safety cars.
They have to do something. It's fantastic race, but they have to do something to make it a little more exciting. That if you win the pole, you win the race. We saw that again this year.
I understand that it's been around for 75 years. It's probably the most iconic Formula One track there is. It's beautiful, like you said. You have the water, you have the yachts. It's a beautiful town. There's the casino in the middle. But if you just widen the track or figure out a way to extend it, I mean, it's a road course. See, if they could probably divert it somewhere else and get a little longer stretches. I don't know.
Move the buildings. Make it wider. Do something. I love it. I know it's the Super Bowl of F1.
Move the buildings.
Just move the buildings. Do something. I mean, the place. I mean, I think they said everyone there is a millionaire. So everyone that lives in Monaco is a millionaire, and all the F1 racers, I think half of them live in Monaco because they don't have to pay taxes. So I know they were saying that this is Leclerc's home race, but why is it? I know because he was born there. Yeah.
He was born there. Let's give him that.
Everybody, a lot of the drivers live in Monaco. It's a lot of their home race.
Yeah,
so.
You get some. Yeah, but you can't really get reps in it. It's not like
you can. You just drive your bicycle. You jog it.
Or you're just in your car and you're just running people off the road.
Yeah,
Daily traffic rolling. You're like, move it along. Max is coming through.
Why do you think Leclerc is so good at this track? I mean, because he walked it 97 times just last year.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like that. Max, we were getting into this. So what was he bitching about? Because he was complaining about his tires, but he was hanging on to those too long. But he said, my shifts feel like a Monaco Grand Prix 1972.
Which is awesome because he wasn't even born.
No.
So I'm not 100% sure what he means on this. So
I just think his car, I think he wasn't happy with the car, the way they were shifting through gears. He's like, this technology sucks. That is such a rude thing to say to your engineers and your team, to be like, who built this box of crap? It's got the technology of 1972 in it.
Keep going. I love the radio. Max makes me laugh every time. And then at the end, he'll just be like, oh, yes, I did it. I'm good. I'm great.
I did say that.
I won.
Yeah. But he did. I mean,
Jacob bombs.
Did you agree with his strategy to wait to do his final pit?
Yes.
He was in first. Norris is behind him, and Norris has already had his 2 pits in the books. He's got 1 left to go. I agree with it. I think there was 21 laps to go. We were looking at it.
You get a safety car, you win the race, basically. I mean,
he was just hoping for a red flag or something with a chance to get a free pit and stay in first. Otherwise, he knew he was dropping to 4th, which he did. And then we were talking, he should just not even do his final pit. Finish the race to kind of give like a your rules are stupid. I'm going to get a 30-second penalty, which puts me in 4th because there was such a gap with Hamilton in 5th, or I do my pit and I drop to 4th.
I guess it didn't really matter. I'm glad that he did it though, and it just made it.
I thought
know.
Mercedes.
It was more classy.
I thought Mercedes was going to do that.
Yeah.
I thought Russell was going to end with no pits, and I
They
would
should
have
have.
loved it.
They were out of the points. It didn't
They're
really matter.
so frustrated with Williams.
So.
I loved it. Let's get into your boyfriend here.
I love this guy. I mean, congratulations, Lando.
Thank you for fattening my pocketbook.
Yes.
And to get the lap record.
Oh, that was that was
I
ridiculous.
said 109. It's 109.954.
It's 109.
But it's 109.
I round down always.
You do. He is the idiot that falls for marketing. We'll be
Yeah.
looking at a truck and it's 29,962. He's like, oh, this thing's only 29.
It's $29,000.
And they'll even round it down to 28. I'm
You
like,
know, yeah, I
it's
mean,
like 32
just
with
block,
tax.
You block that off wherever that, and it's 109. Nailed it. Record. All I care about.
Is he back? Is he?
He's officially back.
I mean, he never went anywhere. He's always on the podium. He's always there. But Piastri was becoming the golden boy. He'd won 4 times.
He showed that especially on that track, he showed that he can win. And I mean, he's back. He's going to be there.
You know who else is back? The Baby Bulls. Double points.
First of all, are they back? I mean, Hajar's always been there. It's just, can Lawson continue?
I don't know. You were in love with him at the end of last year. You were in love with him at the beginning of this year. And
Last episode, I said that he was going to be gone by the end of the season.
Yes.
So,
yes, schizophrenia over here.
okay, F2, both of these guys drove great on this track. Can Lawson continue this next week?
The F2 race here was a disaster. Do you see that 11-car pileup? I don't mean to talk about that.
There was an 11-car
There was an
pileup?
11-car pileup during the F2 race, which, a couple days ago, seven cars didn't make it out of the mess. It was chaos. Sorry, I
didn't
just had
watch
to bring that up. It was exciting. Hajar. I've been talking about Hajar.
I love Hajar. I think he is going to be Max Verstappen's right-hand man next week. Lawson, does he continue?
I don't.
Can he get points again next week?
I think he likes this car. No one likes Max's car. I think he likes this car. I think this is going to build momentum. I think he's going to consistently be in that
Hajar or Lawson?
9. Lawson's going to be in that 9 through 12. I think he's going to not.
I'd be happy with 9. This is his first time he got points this
I'm saying
season.
he's building momentum. He'll be there. Hajar, I think. I'm going to say it now. I said him. He was the golden rookie.
Are you calling? He's the number 1 rookie?
Antonelli still is as of now. But I think we look in about 5 weeks, and I think Hajar, in a Baby Bulls car, is a better rookie than Antonelli with the Mercedes.
Disagree. And talking about Mercedes, poor Antonelli.
And poor Russell, no
poor
points.
Russell.
0 points for Mercedes. Didn't make it to Q3. 0 points. I mean, Williams has both in the points. Baby Bulls have both in the points. And Mercedes can't get a point.
So, do they come back next week? I say yes. I think it was a fluke week. Power unit, poor Antonelli as a rookie, hits the wall. They'll be fine.
This is 2 weeks in a row. Last week, Antonelli crashes, right? And I say this is the beginning of the end for him. What happens this week? No points again.
Well,
My prognosticating is coming true. True.
He didn't crash in the race.
Did he get any points this week or last week?
No.
Is he going to get points next week?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he will
You
come
heard
in.
it here first.
He will come in 6th or 7th.
Okay.
Why are we talking like
I
that?
don't know. But speaking of predictions, let's get into how your predictions went for the Monaco race.
Okay, let's talk about it. So I had Piastri winning.
I don't think.
That one wasn't close. That one wasn't close. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Hamilton.
You had him on the podium.
I had him on the podium. If it wasn't for the 3 grid penalty, I think that he would have had a better chance.
Okay.
Verstappen,
a lot of ifs.
out of the top 5. He came in 4th. That's pretty, it's still a loss, but I wish I would have said Verstappen off the podium, then I could have won.
All yours are
So
close.
all 3, but very close.
Piastri was 2 spots away from where he said he would. Mm-hmm. Hamilton 2 spots away.
I had an Alonso
Verstappen
week.
1 spot away. But nothing's there.
I had an Alonso week. It is what it is.
You had a Stroll week.
I don't say it's that bad.
You had a Stroll week.
Yeah.
Let's get into some predictions that matter. Okay. Max, up until the final lap. Okay, do it. I had Max winning up until the final lap with his stupid you have to pit strategy.
Yeah.
He won. He did not win. I'll take that. X.
No.
Leclerc on the podium.
Okay, nailed it.
He finished the second. He was the fastest one on the track all week. And I had a Williams double in the points.
Yeah. I'll give you the two.
Check mark.
Yes, but I think that one was a little on the safe. I'm pulling a safe one. They both been in the points for the last two races.
You picked Piastri to win. He's won 4 races this year.
That's not an easy pick. He didn't win.
I know.
Whatever.
I'm going to hold silent for a second.
Somebody didn't even like Carlos Sainz all that much. Sainz.
You know what? I'm going to break my protest silence because you said it correctly.
Sainz.
You said Sainz. If the viewers remember, he was on a 1-week probation, and Boogie was sitting right here because he was mispronouncing his name. And now you're back.
Yeah.
It's Sainz.
I can't. They allowed me back.
You know what? Just think of Ace of Base.
You're one prediction ahead of me now. So
yes.
Just throwing that out there. So we're right there.
This week 0 for 3, 2 for 3. I've taken the season lead.
Yep.
And for Carlos Sainz, just think of Ace of Base.
Carlos Sainz.
Ace of Base. I saw the signs.
I saw the
Carlos
signs. And I am going to be in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get in.
And I can't sing.
Where are the driver's standings? And I'll tell you something. They've snuggled up.
Yes.
Look at that. Piastri, Norris, the battle we've been waiting for, 3 points away.
Yep.
3 points separate the Papaya boys. And now there's a little bit of a gap there. Verstappen, how many is he back? 158 to 136.
Enough.
22 points back. So he could win, and they could
enough.
Then you get 2 DNFs, and he's in first. Mathematically, he's 1 race away from being in first.
So all I want to say, and I think you agree.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
So the only thing that I really care about on this top 10
I know
is
what
that
you're going to say.
no longer have to see Lance Stroll in 10th place.
Yes.
He be gone. Hajar takes his spot.
He's been stuck in 10th place, getting no points at all for the multiple races.
Yep.
And Isaac Hajar says, you know what, Stroll? Get your old nepotistic ass
out of
there. You and your father go to Waffle House because there's a new bird in town. His name is Isaac Hajar. And Ocon. Ocon popped up there.
Haas, I like it. I love it.
And Russell, no movement. Antonelli, no movement. So you're getting a gap where Russell was in 4th, kind of holding in there, but now he's 62 points behind Piastri. It's really a 2-man race. Verstappen, if he really steps up.
I think it's a 3. It's still 3.
All right,
I would say
I'll
it's still
accept that.
3. Yeah. But and then I'm liking the battle between Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. I think that's
with
that's
Russell,
anyone's.
With Russell getting no points and Leclerc and Hamilton getting in there, that's tightening up in that middle gap there. So who do you think is leading in the Constructors' Cup? Based on these driver standings.
Kick Sauber?
They are. Kick Sauber is in first.
McLaren is absolutely dominating.
If you add the points of Mercedes and Red Bull in 2nd and 3rd, they're still down by 29 points. It'd be 319 to 290.
Yep.
Add 4 racers together and you're still 29 points behind McLaren. That is just a shellacking.
The only thing that I want to talk about on here, I'm just going to go right back to it, just like they did with the driver standings, is RB put the boot right on the neck of Aston Martin and took them down again.
This is what matters. We want to talk McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, how good Williams is doing this season and getting in that 5th spot. Aston Martin finally dropped from 7th to 8th with RB.
Yep. Oh. And Ferrari will, I think, probably next week overtake Red Bull for 3rd place. I would say that's.
They're only 1 point back. I mean, look how tight that is.
Well, they have 2 racers. Ferrari has 2 racers where Red Bull has 1. So, it's going to be easy. Next week, Ferrari in 3rd place.
I would not argue with that
maybe
at all.
Maybe even 2nd, depending on if Mercedes has another bad week, or Antonelli, like you said, can't, finish the race.
He done.
Then possibly Ferrari moves right into 2nd place next week.
I would not disagree with that at all. I mean, you got 5 points separating 3 teams. Mm-hmm. That's insanity.
There's only 2 teams, though, that I'm going to be rooting for outside of McLaren and the top teams. It's going to be Kick Sauber. I need them to just get, if you can just get like 8 points.
Come on,
8 points to overpass Aston Martin. And Alpine, Franco Calampito, help me out. We want Aston Martin to be the worst team of the season.
And if Ocon hadn't done what he did for Haas, RB would have jumped from 8th to 6th.
Yes.
But still, I love seeing them.
No, and Williams, you basically lock it up. Williams has that 5th position locked in. It's done.
I like it.
So
I like it. I'll just close it in saying that I was pleasantly surprised, yet still disappointed with this race.
Okay.
I think action in the 1st lap, 9th lap, a little bit of changing here and there. The pit strategy, I don't have a suggestion other than maybe, like you said, dividing into sectors when they have to pit, because they're smart. You have enough engineers and technicians and team. They're going to figure out a way to Belichick the rules.
I think, okay, so what I think they should do is whoever comes for qualifying, and you have to qualify as hard as you can. If you qualify first, that means you're last, and the last person starts the race. And let's just see if Gabriel Bortoleto can start on pole and actually win at Monaco. Because do you think he could if he was on the pole? I don't think so either.
I think he would still crash on the first lap. I think he would. I think he'd just have Stroll and Bortoleto just smashing into each other. Like, I don't know what to do. I've never been up here. I don't know what to do with my hands.
I know they're never going to do that, but it's Memorial Day weekend. We had Monaco. We're going to have the Indy 500. We're going to watch some NHL playoffs.
Yep.
It's a TV day, and I love it, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh, I'm excited. We got Spain next week. Love you.
Follow us on YouTube at the United States of F1, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at United States F1. Copyright Brugman Media Limited 2025.